Hello, everybody. My name is Harmony, and I am the content producer here at Trainerize. So we're just going to wait for a couple more people to show up in the session here, and then I'll do a little bit more of the intro. For the time being, I just want to mention that throughout the webinar, if you have questions, feel free to drop them below because I'll be here replying to all of the questions. And if you have any questions specifically for our guest today, Steven Compagno, he can be reached at Steven Compagno Jr. on Instagram. So that's some food for thought before we get started here, and I'll probably repeat that in a little bit once a few more people show up. But yes, today is a fun episode because it is one of our first interviews with a real life success story. So that's very exciting for us, and we really hope you enjoy it too. So I'm just gonna go off video for a moment while we wait for a few more people to join. Actually, you know what? There's quite a few people here, so I will jump into it. Okay, if you just came on, I just want to reiterate one more time. If you have questions throughout the webinar, feel free to drop them below. I'll be answering questions at the end personally, so if you have Trainerize related questions, you can ask me. Or if you want to reach out to Stevie directly, he can be reached on Instagram at Steven Compagno Jr. And so just send him a DM and he's more than happy to get back to you and answer your questions at the end. Okay, so thanks again for coming. And it is officially 11:31, so I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be starting the interview. All right. Okay. So here we go, guys. Enjoy. Steven Compagno is a California-based trainer who has managed to become one of the most successful trainers on our platform almost overnight. His story is a real underdog's tale that goes to show how much progress someone can make in only 1 year. Today, Stevie is going to tell us how he's managed to take his business from making $42,000 a year in 2017 to an astonishing $238,000 in 2018. Stevie has also branched out to coaching other trainers, helping them take their own monthly incomes from as low as $100 a month to over $5,000 per month with online personal training. In this webinar, we'll be talking to Stevie about his story, his tactics, and how you can implement his strategies with your own online training business. So without further ado, here's this week's webinar with Steven Compagno Jr. of SC Fit.
Hey, yeah, what's going on?
Good to see you, Stevie. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. I always love talking with Trainerize. You guys are the best.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for taking some time to chat with us today. We really appreciate it as well.
Of course, yeah, no problem.
Cool. So first off, I want to hear about your humble beginnings. So what made you want to become a trainer in the first place?
Well, growing up, I was a pretty insecure. I had this thing called pectus exclavatum in my chest. So I would always get asked questions. I wasn't very confident. And I was just like, the only thing that made my kind of abnormality go away was fitness once I started working out. So I got like really confident. I going back further, I had to get surgery to repair that. When I recovered from the surgery, it was a little off. So the imbalance was still there and I was insecure, getting teased, asked questions. And then once I started working out and training, I got that confidence back just because I built a lot of muscle. And then I just felt better about having my shirt off. And I was like, this is awesome. I want to help more people feel confident, and started personal training. This is kind of off topic, but I would say if you are a Trainerize user, give it time because it's not going to happen overnight. You need to have people opt in for your free programs. So
so I just have a question. So going back to the time when you were kind of getting teased and bullied, how old were you at that point?
I had the surgery when I was 9 years old. And so I was getting teased prior to that. And then the surgery went well for about I looked, you couldn't tell for about 2 years. And then when I went through my growth spurt, that's when my body started to change again. I got the surgery too early. Like a new study came out saying you're supposed to wait until you're done growing to get the surgery. So, yeah. So, and then in high school, it got real bad. That was when it was the worst in high school. Yeah. Yeah.
Was it because so was your like physical kind of condition holding you back from having that or that sense of confidence?
No, I didn't want to go to like pool parties. I was like, oh, great. I got to take my shirt off. I'm going to get asked a few questions or people are going to like raise their eyebrows. And I was just kind of like annoyed with that. Or I played sports, so I'd always be changing in the locker room and, somebody would crack a joke on the team. I'd just be like, aha, real funny. But I didn't really think it was funny. So, but yeah, then I started lifting weights. And I built some muscle. I put on like 40 pounds of muscle from my junior to senior year. And then that's when I stopped playing basketball. I was playing basketball in college. And then instead of wanting to go to practice, I just wanted to go to the gym and lift.
So what are some of the trials and tribulations you faced when you first became a trainer and you started kind of getting into the fitness world?
What worked for me, what didn't work? I mean, like some of the hard times I had when I was
what were some of the biggest challenges you faced in getting started with personal training and stuff like that?
Well, getting clients obviously is hard. In the beginning, I didn't really know how to sell. I would, get people to be my client, but then they'd be paying like something stupid like every session, and I just didn't have much of a business model. So I was just kind of winging it with what I was doing. Struggled for a while, and I wasn't making any money on Trainerize for a while. It wasn't until I started getting referrals, because I didn't know anything other than that really at the time, right? I was getting everything just from referrals, so I wasn't doing any marketing on social media. So I remember just opening up my fridge sometimes and being like, damn, like there's nothing in here, and I got no money in my account. So it's just like, I guess that's what sticks out to me the most. So now whenever I go grocery shopping, I like open up the fridge for a while and just stare at it and just smile, like, oh yeah, I just can't wait but I just do that all the time now. But at that time, like, I was struggling. Like, I was working for a gym, and they were only paying like $25 a session. So it was like, it was a struggle for a while. I started at the front desk, built my way up to walking around the gym and racking equipment. And then personal training. And then eventually I got started kind of my own fitness business, where I was, having people come to my gym. I had a gym at my house, so I got people to come to my house, and then I was driving to their house to train them with all the equipment in my car. And I built it up real big to where I was doing 8 to 10 people in a day. It's one of those things that takes a lot of time.
In the beginning, when you were doing like 8 to 10 clients a day, what was the time commitment on that?
50-minute session. So it'd be all day.
Yeah, definitely tough.
Yeah.
So once you started to figure things out, how did you do that? How did you get to the next level? And like, what was your first big break when you were like, okay, wait, this is going to be huge, or this is taking off?
My first big break, I guess, my first $1,000 day, probably. I think I know when it was. I was in Tahoe with someone who was helping me out at the time. It was like an intern. We went to Tahoe together, and then I started off with one trainer on my team, Malik. So we went to Tahoe. My family has a house there, so we were staying there. We just basically just hit up. My assistant's job was just to DM people on Instagram that DM me, because at first I was like, I'm not going to respond to these people. I don't know any of these people in the DMs. And I thought it was kind of weird, but I was just being stupid and stubborn. We engaged with them, and got a bunch of people to opt in for plan building sessions. 20 minutes in to doing that, we're like $500, you know, a couple hours go by, we're at $2,000. I was like, man, like, why don't I just do this more often?
Yeah. Could you tell me a little bit more about what a plan building session is? What was your process at that time that started kind of catching on?
Plan building session is just like a personal trainer would do at the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
They always offer a free consultation beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
They do your body measurements, they weigh you, they tell you everything that's wrong with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, to fix this problem that you have, you need to do personal training with me. No, I didn't take that approach because I'm not into making people feel bad about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, they would be doing the free program, and they're more than welcome to stay on the free program if they'd like. But this is just an offer for improvement. So during the plan building session, we'd go over their equipment access, their fitness goals, their experience, their exercise history. It'd give me a chance to figure out why did they opt in for this workout plan?
Mm-hmm.
Because it might be something more than that. You know, they might have something else going on that needs to be brought up. Hey, you know, I'm going through, like, I've had clients going through a divorce, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and this was something that would take her mind off of it. Going to the gym, being consistent, and getting really into this would help with ease that pain. You know, like, there could be some other issue going on, right? So it's also an opportunity for us to build a relationship.
Right.
And me become their go-to guy and someone they can rely on. I'm going to be checking in with them consistently. I'm going to be holding them accountable. With all that being said, got to make sure that I'm the right guy to do that. So that's also an opportunity for me to show them my value and what I can bring to the table on this training program. And from what I found, like, you're not going to do that by sending somebody a link to sign up, right?
Yeah.
I think it's very important that you're not driving traffic to your website to get people to subscribe to your workout plan, right? So if I'm a trainer on Trainerize and I have a $99 a month subscription product, I'm not going to just, which is what I had at the time, I'm not going to drive traffic to that landing page with that subscription without giving these people anything first. Because 90% of the people you talk to, they're not going to know what online training is. They're not going to know what virtual training is. They're going to be all confused, like, oh, what's that? You know, like, I tell people what I do in person sometimes, and they're like, oh, I do online personal training, or I do virtual personal training. It never stops there. It's not like I said, oh, I do real estate, or oh, I do this, you know, like something that a lot of people do. Like, I haven't really met that many people that are just full-time online trainers.
Right.
So what I started doing is, part of that breakthrough was, instead of driving traffic to that landing page where people subscribe, I give them a free program, a free niche program though. So not just a free customized training program, like a one size fits all type program, where they can opt in for, let's say, the attention grabber was, you know, get six-pack abs, or workouts that focused on rotational movements, which are going to rip up your obliques. You do this for 30 days, you're going to have ripped obliques. Or like a Malik did an arms program for bigger biceps. So 30-day arms program. So what people are doing is they're opting into these niche programs, because if you're scrolling, let's say you're scrolling through Instagram, right? And you see, get in shape, like an ad for getting in shape on my 12-week pro, you're just going to piss somebody off. No one wants to see that. We've all seen that, right? But if you see something very unique that you're having a problem with, or like, hey, you know, I don't like my small arms. Oh, here's a free program that will get you bigger arms. Okay, I might want to take advantage of that. And that's how you get people that you don't know to come into your pipeline, which is great, because that's the whole purpose of having an online business, is you can reach people around the world. So I mean, I was getting people to sign up from Australia, Dubai. I have clients in all over South America, some in Europe.
Okay. So
Like,
once you get people in the top kind of part of your funnel and they discover you with like, let's say like a 20-day ARM program, what is your next step to follow up with them? How do you turn them into like paying
yeah.
clients?
So right when they opt in, when they set up their account, first step, get them to engage immediately. Right away. That's the only goal. There's nothing else you have to worry about other than getting them to engage with you. So what I'll say is like something really value. If they respond to me, it's going to help them. It's going to add value to their program. So by them not responding, it's kind of doing themselves a disservice. I'd say, hey, super excited to see you in here. Any body parts in specific you want to work on, and I can tailor the program around that. Like, what equipment do you have access to? So I can improve your programming on my end. Okay, so if I respond to this message here, you're telling me my program's going to be better. So why wouldn't I respond to the message?
Right.
So that's kind of the mentality you have to have right when you get someone to opt in. How can I get this person to engage back with me? That's the only thing that really matters.
Okay.
And I don't send them the long form stuff. The long form, it doesn't work. You know, people are so used to getting a bunch of spam in their DMs or something like that. So, hey, first name, huge essay, like no one's going to read it.
Yeah.
The text style, 1 2 3 sentences max. That works the best.
Awesome. That's good advice. So step one, put out your kind of like free targeted program, essentially. That's niche.
Free niche targeted program, correct?
And then step two, get them to engage right away.
Engage right away. Yeah, just because it's a 90-day free like people say, oh, you're going to give somebody a 90-day body weight workout plan, right? Because they do the body weight, and then I can upsell them on equipment. They don't have, they opt in for the body weight. They might have some equipment they want to use. They might tell me they want to build muscle. And as a trainer, our job is do what's in the best interest of the client. People pay the trainer for the trainer to tell the client what to do. So right off the bat, I'm doing my job. I'm telling this person what to do. I'm not saying, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? The only way that they're going to stop me is if they say, no, stop telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you what to do. But yeah, so step one, free niche, engage back.
And then step three, what's that after they engage back? What's like the hook kind of?
It depends who you're talking to.
Okay.
So you need to know who you're talking to. I always do a little research on the person. Maybe I'll go put their email in Facebook, look them up. I'll look them up on Instagram. If I think that this person would be a good fit for, which is always the best option, coaching. People are basically paying for support. They already got the program. Now it's like, okay, how much support do you need? How much accountability do you need? And I believe everyone needs as much as possible. So I'm going to try and sell them the highest ticket possible, because I think that's in their best interest. I think I could help them get to where they want to go faster with support from me than just following a program. So just got to know who you're talking to.
Cool. So in terms of like, as your business started growing and you started like bringing on more and more people, I remember recently you mentioned to me that you had a point where you hit your first like $10,000 day, and that was another one of your big kind of breakthroughs.
I wish 10,000. I did that in a week, but 1,000 I meant. I said 1,000 in a day.
1,000 in a day and 10,000 in a week?
10,000 in a week, probably 10,000, let's say, in a day, and in next month. Yeah, next.
Gotcha. So how did you, after you started and you kind of like, all right, the wheels are turning and you're starting to get these people coming in through Instagram and these other places, what took you to that next level where you're like, wow, $10,000 in a week? What brought you to that kind of point?
Well, I'll tell you how it felt. It felt damn good.
Yeah. No kidding.
But it also, like, I've always been a bad student, right? My whole life, like, I've struggled to get a 2.5 GPA. I was getting graduated with like a C average every time, and I was like, oh, yeah. C's get degrees, and then at the same time I'd always get like the 4.0s being like, you're stupid, you're dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'd be afraid to raise my hand sometimes in class because I just didn't want to have the wrong answer and, get laughed at because it's happened before. So
Right.
I didn't want to really participate.
Hmm.
And being able to make that much money in a week or, would be like, okay, well, you got a 4.0, you went to Harvard and you did grad school and all this stuff and spent years and years of your education, grinded out, did whatever, and
Hmm.
I made more than you in a week than you did in a month.
Yeah.
Like I'm really dumb, huh?
Yeah. It's definitely
Like
a
whatever.
comeback.
It's not. It's just like it just felt good, like, and like I said before, like I remember opening up my fridge and there being no food in there,
Hmm.
and being like, damn, I gotta, or like getting avocado on my burrito is a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've noticed you gotta keep your mouth shut, just keep it to yourself.
Hmm.
I don't ever talk about. I see a lot of people like, doing the flashy stuff. They say,
Hmm.
look at me, like I'm not interested in talking about it. I don't think it's polite.
Yeah, it's really important to stay humble no matter what level
Yeah.
of success you reach. So it's cool that you're able to maintain that humbleness even though you are doing really well and
Yeah.
not flexing to everybody about it, you know?
You don't want to do that. Not only that, but you're gonna scare your fitness clients. So
Hmm.
nobody wants to nobody wants to see that. They're gonna be scared to get on a call with you or anything. But where was I going with that? So that was what it felt like, but how did I do that?
Yeah, how did
Um,
you achieve that next kind of level of success in terms of your business?
at the end of the day, like what was the reason why I was able to get that much money is because really just because the more plan building sessions I had,
Hmm.
the more money I would make. So I was like,
Awesome.
okay, how can I get more plan building sessions? Okay, what's working? So my email sequences were what did it for me, right? So
Hmm.
um and those are just you gotta have an automated service going out. So think of how many people can you touch
Hmm.
in a day. Are you touching hundreds of people a day through whatever software, right? So
Hmm.
just DMing people on Instagram, that's not going to be enough.
Right.
You have to be hitting up a lot of different people. So like let's say I'm hitting up 100 people a day. Like, okay, maybe 10 of those people, if I'm lucky, will get back to me.
Hmm.
Right? Maybe
And
5 of those will become my client.
last time you told me about how you, when you pitch people though, you'll say, I bill annually. And that's like a big thing for you because then you're getting people like on a bigger commitment.
Right. Yeah, say I bill annually. And then if there's any issues with that, we can always resolve it. Okay, let me talk to my team and we'll see what we can do. Um,
Hmm.
and if I do on 3 months, oh wow, I'm doing them a favor. Or doing 6 months, thank you so much. Yes, I can do 6 months. But I mean, I just lead with annually because I just frame it like, okay, where it's a four phase program. Um, each phase is gonna get more difficult every
Hmm.
3 months. Here's what we're gonna do in phase one. And like I said, I'm just talking to them, telling them what to do. I'm not
Hmm.
like saying, would this be okay if we did this or that? Like, hey, like
Yeah.
you opened up with me, you told me what you're looking for, you told me all of these problems that you're having. Well, now here's the solution. So um, this is what we're doing. Like we're gonna do. I think are you the type of person that would benefit from me reaching out, holding you accountable, coaching you, or
Hmm.
you're the type of person that kind of just needs the plan and can take it from there. If,
Right.
if if they say that, well, then they're the type of person that could just needs the plan and take it from there. Why would I even bother offering them coaching? So
Yeah.
that question alone is going to help me just offer them one thing to avoid that confusion.
Right.
So like it's just then it's just like, okay, well, we're going to do, since you said what they said and said in response to that question, we're going to either do that I got this program or the coaching program.
That makes a lot
Uh,
of sense.
yeah. And sometimes I even say like, all right, like let's start with the coaching plan. And if you ever want to downgrade, we can downgrade you, say I got this plan, but you've said you want that accountability support, so let's start with that.
That's cool. And just to clarify, usually this conversation is always on the phone, right? When you're doing that pitch.
Yeah, because that's where the relationships gets built, you know.
Totally.
You can't really build a relationship through like on a sales page or something like that. You can, like, people can relate to you through a video and stuff like that, but if you're going to be selling somebody an annual fitness program that's might cost them thousands of dollars, you're going to have to get on the phone for that, because they're not going to buy it if they don't like, know, trust you, seen your platform. Everyone that, and this is also interesting too, is everybody that I do those calls with, I get on Trainerize because I'm taking notes in their account. So when I have, somebody, maybe I have a phone closer in the future, they could look at the notes in the account and whatever. Yeah, you're just not going to build the relationship through a link, I guess. I mean, it's just
that's a really good point.
Yeah, you're not going to build a relationship through a link. And I mean, you could, the max price I've ever got someone to pay through that, just without talking to them beforehand, is like $297.
Okay. Wow.
But never anything more than that, really. Unless that's the only thing. But I'm thinking about all the other times I've sent out links that have been more than that. I've talked to them on the phone prior to that.
Always, right?
Always,
that makes sense. Cool. And the last thing I just kind of want to touch on for about 5 minutes is how you've also kind of started now with corporate training.
Oh, yeah. Corporate training is awesome. It's a way to, they'll make those closes in the 5-figure range. So I guess with corporate training, I've done it with gyms. I've done it with and all these I'm currently doing gyms, corporate wellness program for real estate companies, and sports teams. I'll go through each one individually. Yeah, so corporate training, healthy employees, healthy business. So I'm coming in, I'm adding value, giving them their members a new service that's going to help them. The gym might have all of this great equipment, but people don't know how to use it at the end of the day. People walk into the gym, they see all this great equipment, but they're confused, and they'll go to the front desk, and I've heard this one before. They'll go to the front desk and ask the front desk person, who's not even a trainer, for a workout. A lot of companies have corporate wellness programs with gyms where you work for the company, you get a free gym membership at whatever gym that they have that relationship with. They less employee sick days. You're just healthier. They perform better. They could sell more. They're just at the top of their game. I mean, they're sitting down all day. That's not what you don't want to be sitting down all day. You do have to move around and be active at some point. So that was my pitch to them, was just like, hey, she really loved the employee sick days. She liked that angle there, like, them working out consistently with that. And a lot of companies might say, well, what if nobody uses it? Like, that could be one of the rebuttal, like, and that was a rebuttal. What if someone's using? I don't want to be paying for all these people not to use the service. So what I would do is I put them all in a group on the app, and they could see who's completing which workout. Make sure they're using it. I know a few of the people from the company going through the workouts together, so it's also building relationships outside of the office, which is cool. Awesome. I remember, when I was I prefer to do my workouts by myself. Remember when I was kind of first starting out, all my friends were people I really kind of just worked out with, or from the gym, and it's just a way for them to make friends. You can't really make friends just showing up to work today and going through your task and stuff like that.
Yeah.
you build the relationships with your coworkers kind of outside the gym. So the corporate training is great for that, and they have a plan. They can kind of compete against each other. They can talk smack in the office, like, hey, saw you've been missing your workouts, you're looking a little fat today, or,
Yeah.
whatever.
At the Trainerize office, we have an online group, and everybody kind of goes together, or they compete a little bit also, so I can attest to that.
Right, yeah. And then with the sports teams, so it's just like coach wants to know kind of the same concept. I give them a monthly report, right? And all I would do is just kind of go off that group that I created. Hey, coach, like you got cuts coming up or whatever. You got to make a decision here. Who do you want on your team? Don't you want the people that are doing workouts on their own, practicing on their own, getting stronger outside of practice? Like I can identify all of that for you, and as a result, your team's going to be better. You guys are going to win championships. You're going to sell more tickets to games. It's getting a personal trainer. It's going to be real expensive. With all the stuff you guys got going, you got to pay for buses. You got to pay for uniforms. You're going to really pay a personal trainer $90, $100 a session, who needs to be coming to you guys like 4 to 5 times a week if you really actually want to see results.
Yeah.
So, they'd always say, no, or, they'd always agree. And then, just get them going on, online training.
Nice.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does. How do
Yeah.
you go about setting up those meetings with like a business owner or a corporate leader?
So I do have decks, just like pitch decks for these companies. So like you're not gonna walk into a meeting and just like talk and hey, like, yeah, like sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? So I'd give them a demo. So I'd show them what's going on the training platform right now. Show them my intentions, like, okay, like each player, each employee, they're gonna have their own workout program. This is what it's gonna look like. This is how we're gonna track it. And I'm actually visually showing them with either my phone or my iPad. I got it right in front of their face, or I'm like mirroring it onto the TV. Just kind of going through that, like this is what it's gonna look like. And they're like, oh, this is so cool. I've never seen anything like this before. Get that a lot. Never seen anything like this before. I think I'm just like some tech genius god who's like Steve Jobs, who just made this sweet platform for fitness. And then every time I've never gotten a no, really. I've never gotten that. Never gotten I don't like this. This is not going to work. Bad idea. Like
Absolutely.
I've always gotten, let's do it. And the only thing that would maybe be holding them back would be like a payment, like, or just our school's broke. We don't have any money to spend at all. We just can't pay you.
Right.
That would be the only thing.
But usually corporations are always on board.
Yeah, they're always on board. I mean, it's because they have maybe they have a corporate wellness program right now. They're looking into it. This is going to be the most affordable solution by far. So you're going from paying for somebody's Equinox membership, which is, I'm thinking of my sister who has a corporate wellness program. She lives out in New York. She gets a free Equinox membership. That's like $199 a month. That's a lot of money for however many employees that you have. I'm sure you get a discount, but I can't imagine it's anything less than $100 per employee. And you could go with like $5 a month per employee,
Right.
What gym's gonna be able to compete with that?
Pretty good.
And you're still getting, that's still over 10 grand to you.
Over the course of a year?
I always do those ones for the year.
Nice.
But like I said, same goes with fitness clients. Lead with the year, and if they're like, all right, we don't want to do it for a year, what if it doesn't work? What if it's not good? All right, let's do it 90 days. That's the minimum 90-day trial. See how it goes. And then let my company prove to you that this is the right system. I'm up for the challenge. Thank you for only doing sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, 90 days, like this is going to be great because I'm going to show you guys how valuable this is, and you guys are going to want to continue to do this. So it's always, I look at it as an opportunity. So that's what's happened before. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Cool. Well, I want to respect your time here. I just want to make sure that you're all good.
Yeah.
By the way, last time I talked to you, you had a pitch later that day with a real estate company. How'd it go?
Good. I got them to sign up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I knew you would.
They did. I knew beforehand that she wanted the coaching and support, accountability. She wanted like check-in calls and all that stuff. So when I made that deck, I'm happy to share with you the decks that I use for that.
That'd be great.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
I'll email them to you after this call.
Cool.
But kind of take her through the deck, and then we did $49 per user, $49 per user a month. Yeah.
Okay.
Paid annually.
Nice.
So,
and then how many how many employees did she have?
She only wanted to use it for 5 people.
Still though, that's
small company.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was still like total sale was like $9,300 something dollars.
Nice.
Which is great. I mean,
absolutely. I have one more question that I found here. What are some of your call to actions to like get people to act?
Call to actions. I say a lot. The plan starts on Monday. Workout plan starts this Monday. Hey, I want to have you all set up for Monday for next week. I say that a lot. Another call to action would be, hey, free program. Here's this free program. Go take advantage of it. I want to see you do some workouts. I'll ask somebody if I can resend them the welcome email because they've fallen behind. They haven't signed into their account in a while, and I want to get them back on track. Another one, call to action. Hey, let's go over your equipment access and goals, and maybe some body parts in specific that you want to work on during this plan. Okay. Let's do a plan building session. Send them a Calendly link. Have them schedule the call. That's also important too. I think if you send somebody a Calendly link and they don't schedule the call, then it's like, okay, well, they would have never signed up anyways.
Right.
They're not willing to schedule the call. Like, I just saved myself some time because they were never serious. They're not going to even schedule the call.
Totally.
So that's big too. And then I also just send out payment links too for a call to action. Hey, like if it's something really low ticket, or if I'm sending somebody like hey, I'm gonna give you the same discount like I give my family. Like here's a link for that to sign up. Yeah, so all those things, different call to actions.
That's good advice and examples.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's been like over an hour now. We have a lot of good stuff. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today, Stevie. Is there anything else you want to say to the audience at home?
Yeah, go Trainerize. You guys need to here's the thing. Like I didn't have any of these breakthroughs really until I started giving away those free programs. So there's nothing wrong with, maybe upgrading your Trainerize account to the 300, unlimited clients. By you doing that, you're just offering people unlimited value. So you could help as many people as you want. The name of the game is just to bring people into your pipeline. So if that's the name of the game, which is any online business, right? Collect emails, get as many emails as you can, and the sales will happen in the follow-up. So I don't make some sales until like the 8th or 10th touch. Like I've already messaged them 6 or 7 times and haven't heard back, and they respond to the 8th message.
Wow.
So, I mean, a lot of trainers too. I mean, talk about getting leads and all this stuff. How many of your current prospects have said no to you?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get people to actually say no. I'm like, one person responded to me today, was like, please stop, exclamation point.
Oh no, that's a no.
So I'm like, all right, like, nice, nice, nice. Like, I like that. Good. I
Yeah.
did my job. Like, even though they didn't sign up, they still said no. They said, please stop. They begged me to stop contacting them. Like, I did my job. So yeah, just do what any other online business does. Get as many emails as you possibly can. Don't overcomplicate it, right? You come up, you're gonna have this funnel or this going, and this service going on Facebook, or like this ad campaign. Whatever is gonna get you the most emails, just do that. And like when I was doing with the corporate training with the gym, my value to I didn't even ask them for payment. I got all of their emails, every member at the gym, and I can market how I want to market it. And I was getting crazy amount of opt-ins.
Wow.
But I wasn't doing the high ticket stuff for them, because it's a gym, so you got to keep it. The high ticket stuff's going to be for personal training. So for that, it was like only month to month, small price. Like I think it was $49 a month.
Nice.
Yeah, so nothing crazy.
Still adds up though.
Yeah, but just play the game. Play the game. Get the emails. How are you going to get the emails? Get people to opt into your free program. No one knows what online training is. So that being said, you got to bring people into your system. Show them that's legit. Show them that they can trust you. Show them the path, the guideline to success, which would be just that program. Oh, you tailor this. You're going to make this customized for me. All you got to do is just follow this, and I'm going to get to where I want to be. I can see the future just by doing that, right? Like they're going to sign up. So
Totally.
yeah, like that's when everything changed for me, was when I just was getting people opt into free programs left and right, and just not asking them for a thing. Just want to show them that I can help them. That's it. And that's, like I said before, that's how you get those people from all over the world to train with you. So.
And also for the people at home, as a reminder, Stevie does do personal coach training. So if you are a trainer and you're looking for advice, is there anywhere that these guys can find you?
Yeah, if you're a trainer and you're looking for advice, or you want me to kind of go through your business right now, I'll give you some of my feedback, see where you can improve on. I've helped a lot of different Trainerize users. Not saying that they're from Team SC Fit either. I've helped other fitness brands with their online training business. I can't really do much with your in-person training business, but for online, I've learned a lot. A lot of trial and errors. I'd be happy to give you honest feedback. I'm not afraid to hurt feelings. So if you want me to look over your business and take a look at it, I'll give you my feedback, whether I think you're going to be happy with it or not. That's not my job. My job is to be honest. If you want me to look into it, all you can do is just email me, Stevie, STEVIE, at scfit.com. Just send me an email, and I'd be happy to connect with you. And in fact, I'm not like going to charge you anything. Just like I'm just curious, I just want to look at it, look into it, and if you think we're the right fit and we can work together, we can talk about it then. But it'd be cool to just meet some other Trainerize trainers. So hit me up, Stevie at scfit.com.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Stevie. It's been so lovely talking to you and getting to hear your story.
Of course. Thank you for your time. Appreciate
it.
it.
Yeah, no worries. We'll talk again soon.
All right. We'll talk soon.
All right.
I'll send you that email.
Thank you.
Right now. All right.
Awesome. All right. Cheers. Hello, everybody. Okay, so we are back. Now that we've concluded the interview portion of the webinar, I'm here to answer any questions. So if you have questions that we over here at the Trainerize team can answer, please submit them now, and I'm going to go through the ones that have already been submitted. If you want to contact Stevie directly and ask him your questions, feel free to do so by hitting him up in the DMs on Instagram at Steven Compagno Jr. And that's just spelled out like his name, which you can find in the description for this webinar. So to start off with the questions that have been submitted to us, we have one from Joseph Powell who asked, what are some different ways you provided support and accountability? Social media, Skype, emails? So this is a really great question. And one of the biggest takeaways I had from talking to Stevie was that we think of online training as something that we do passively, but what helps Stevie close all of these deals is he takes the time to build rapport and relationships by actually calling these clients on the phone. And that's why they're willing to trust in him and spend a lot of money on these big packages. So what we can learn from this and take away is that as an online personal trainer, it is a big part of your job as a salesperson to build those relationships, and that's much easier to do when you are on the phone or you are on Skype. So as much as like DMing somebody on social media is easy, it doesn't necessarily build the rapport that's necessary to land clients who are really serious about this. So that's what I would say. I would say, if possible, lean more towards doing Skype calls or doing phone calls. Emails are fine too, and people are busy, so maybe text, but definitely integrate a mix into your sales approach. So thank you for that question, Joseph. That was really great. So another question from Jeff Schott is, how can we get a copy of the deck he mentioned? So because that's Stevie's personal deck with his sales strategy and his pitch, I would encourage you guys to reach out to him and ask him if he's comfortable sharing that with you, or if you want to take on coaching with him. That's like one of his resources. So by all means, reach out, because it is a good deck and it is good to have a prepared sales pitch when you are approaching larger organizations or corporate clients or teams. Always be prepared. And even though pitch decks take a little bit of time to make, the return on investment of sitting down to create that deck is going to be huge for you guys. Trust me. All right, so a new question from Devin Simpson. It says, does Stevie create videos himself, or does he use the videos that are available? So I'm not 100% sure, but I believe from what I know about his business, he's done a lot of custom videos that are him in his app. And that just kind of adds that personal touch, but I'm sure not every single one of his workouts are personalized, because we have a library of thousands of different workout moves. So to replicate all of those would take eons. But great question, Devin, sorry. All right, so there's still quite a few people here, and I encourage anybody else to submit questions if you have them. You're welcome, Devin. And if not, you can always contact us afterwards or send Stevie a DM. So this one was a little bit longer. We're rounding about an hour. So I'm just going to say thank you on behalf of Stevie for participating in the interview, and thank you to you for being here. We're really happy to do more of these content-based webinars that can hopefully help you with your sales and just become a better trainer overall. So thanks again for being here, and we will see all of you guys in the next one. Bye.